Greetings, listener. Thanks for tuning in to episode 1 of the Screen Time podcast. This is going to be a podcast for all things film, television, maybe some games, all the good fun stuff that'll rot your brain. And I guess when I say all things, I mean things that myself and friend watch. But all things just kind of sounds better. Anyway, coming to you from the future to put a quick little disclaimer in front of this episode. First of all, the show we're talking about this episode is My Hero Academia, and that show is rated TV-14, but this conversation is a solid M for mature. You know, we've got the strong language, we've got the crude humor. It's all in there, so just beware, there are some harsh words going around in this one. Also, we had a lot of fun making this podcast, but our production value isn't exactly pro class. We've got one mic between the two of us, and we had a heater going on in the background, so just bear with us. Our production value will hopefully improve, but likely not too much. And lastly, we've got some spoiler warnings to address. We've got minor spoilers for Dragon Ball Z and Naruto. Not Naruto Shippuden, we don't get that far into it, just, the original Naruto section of the show. You can tell I didn't script this. And also, in regards to My Hero Academia spoilers, we don't have any plot point spoilers, but we do confirm that certain characters that we know from seasons 1 and 2 do come back and are a part of later seasons. Plus, where my best friend / co-host has seen all of My Hero Academia at this point, he was able to give me a little bit more background information on Bakugo, who is the subject of much debate in this episode. He was able to fill in a little bit of the gaps that I have as far as his origins, so a little bit of background information on him that you get beyond seasons 1 and 2, but other than that, if you've seen seasons 1 and 2, you should be good to go. And yeah, thanks for listening, and enjoy the podcast.
Yes, I want to be in a podcast with you. All right, but we gotta have a cool name. What do you think of cool dudes? Face punch. Red and subtract. Helicopter crash. What about
Screen Time?
That's it. That's it. Order the shirts. Order the shirts.
Now we're cooking with gas. Alright. Salutations, folks. Welcome to the Screen Time podcast. It's a podcast for anime and TV, movies. Maybe we could talk about games at some point. I don't know.
Yeah, if you play them.
I'll play games, sorta. Maybe you can just give us a games recommendation.
Me?
And then I'll just recommend Melee every week. Or every episode.
Yeah, every episode. Play Melee!
Fam, have y'all played Super Smash Brothers?
I do play Super Smash Brothers.
Nice. But yeah, that there's a podcast intro.
Yes, sir.
You can tell we didn't plan that. So, episode 1. That's a moment where I'm just gonna cut that right out. So, episode 1. We're talking to you about some My Hero Academia. Specifically seasons 1 and 2. So if you're not caught up, consider this your spoiler warning in advance. I don't think either of us want to dance around spoilers if we're going to talk about My Hero, so if you're not caught up, just go watch it right now. If you need a thumbs up, thumbs down opinion, go watch it.
Yeah, go watch it.
Alright, so I guess, for background,
I found the show, purely 100% based on your recommendations. Like, had you have not watched the show, there's no chance in hell I would have watched it. And if I did, I wouldn't have pursued past the first episode. Because that friggin' Deku and his voice. That was a rough patch for me. That was work.
I didn't even notice it. Like, I don't know. It just, how I found the show was like, it was just on Twitter because I have people on my Twitter that watch anime and stuff. And then all of a sudden one day it was just every tweet about anime that I was scrolling through was My Hero Academia, and I was like, what is this? And so I was like, it's about superheroes. I like superheroes, sure, why not? And I watched it, like, the first episode one night. I was just laying in bed. I watched it on my phone, and I was like, this is dope. This is, like, the best anime I've seen, and, like, I fell in love with it after episode 1. And then I watched all of season 1 that night.
I mean, for sure, watching it, I saw this as your aesthetic. Encapsulated in anime.
It was perfect. It's like, growing up, I've always loved comics and superheroes and stuff, and also anime, and this is just mashing them together. And you can, like, clearly see his, like, Western influences in his work, like, with superheroes and stuff, obviously.
Quite the wombo combo.
Yeah, it was a perfect, like, marriage for me. And, yeah, and I was like, this is super dope, and then I talked to my girlfriend, and she was like, I don't know. And I was like, no, you're gonna know. And then I had her watch season 1, and she was like, oh my god, it's really good. I was like, yeah, it is.
Did it take longer than One Piece for her to get into?
Man, I don't remember, because, like, it takes a couple episodes with her. Like, she never just, like, watches one episode of, like, an anime. And it's like, I like it. She's always like, no, I don't like it. And then, like, she'll keep wanting to watch it. But I think it took longer for One Piece.
I can see that. One Piece it's odd. You gotta accept what it is.
It's an experience, but, like, the moment I, like, felt, I know we're not talking about One Piece, but we're talking about One Piece right now.
I mean, that'll probably be episode 2.
I think, like, towards the end of the DVD you gave me, like, years ago, so it's, like, probably, episode 20 something, probably started this, I was like, okay, this is legit.
Yeah, that DVD ends at, like, 26, I think, maybe 24.
Alright, yeah, then somewhere in there I was like, alright, this is legit, but, like, man, episode 1 of My Hero was just, I was like, this is legit, this is it. This is the one. And I haven't looked back, like, I'm all caught up. I know you're not, like, caught up.
Right, I'm watching it for the first time. You've seen, like, I know you're caught up, but you've seen season 1 and 2 twice?
Yeah, because I had to rewatch them with...
Right, so... Okay. Nice. Yeah, I mean, for me... I had heard you talk about it for 2 or 3 years. And, like, eventually... I think I started it because Toonami was doing a marathon. Like, at the time, they were airing season 3 when I thought, maybe I could pop into this, but I'm not gonna start in season 3. So, they were doing a season 1 and 2 catch-up marathon. Like, if you watch Toonami, like, anytime there's a minor holiday, they're like, we're just gonna marathon something that we already have the rights to.
And they shout out Toonami.
They chose My Hero. I recorded the first 4 or 5, like, up to the point where he learns how to throw a baseball without breaking himself. And...
what a moment.
That was a moment. Like... I liked it, but Deku was a very, very hard character for me to grow to like.
I never experienced that.
Like, his voice made me want to kick him in the urethra.
Man, like, the thing that got me in season 1 was the All Might joke.
The eating the hair bit? Or...
No, like, how he's, like, the best superhero in the world, right? And he's big and mighty, but then, like, when he's not flexing his muscles, he's like this little scrawny dude with blood coming out of his mouth and nose,
Oh, see, that's like my favorite part of All Might.
Man, I hated that because like obviously he's supposed to be like the number one like hero, and so that's like what I saw him as, like this big heroic dude like Superman, and then like he has that side, and I hated that first, and now I don't mind it.
Yeah. Like,
I think it's funny now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, if All Might didn't have that, I wouldn't like him nearly as much.
Really?
Yeah, like, my whole thing is that, like I don't love, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I like it when the characters aren't at a 10 at all times. Like, I like that this version of Superman can only be Superman for 15 minutes without being, like, getting humbled by the universe.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of cool, too. Because, like, I don't know. I don't really like Superman because he is at, like, a 28 at all times.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
It's like, alright, calm down. There's some other superheroes here. You're kind of boring because, like, I don't know. But then I also got pissed off when, like, I don't know if you ever watched Superman the animated series.
Bits and pieces.
In, like, the Justice League, where, like, they make him so, like, brain dead, like, not skilled and powerful, that also pisses me off. So I don't know. Superman's just a lose-lose.
Yeah, he really is. But like this Superman gets bitch slapped by Father Time, and that's cool. Like he has a weakness.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, and I think it's like it's cool that he still can be that number one hero. You know, when he's flexing.
Oh
and
yeah,
then he does,
yeah.
and then he has that downfall that not too many people know about.
Like he can turn it on, but like choking on my drink here. I like that scar that he has on his rib cage. Like,
yeah,
I'm not at a point where I fully understand what happened there yet, but I feel like it's going to be good.
Oh yeah, it's all good.
Like season 2 kind of gives you hints, but I don't quite have the full story on that yet.
Yeah, I think that's something that like My Hero does really well. Is like it will go back and like give you a little bit of information, and then later you're like, I don't quite get that. Like what the heck? And then they'll go back like later and kind of fill in some more, and then like it keeps having you like recall that scene or whatever that happened, and so you can definitely remember it.
Oh yeah, like I know, like when. So before I make this point, in case any of you are actually watching episode 1 and you're fans of My Hero, I cannot get their names through my skull. Like, the amount of text conversations...
Well, they all have like 5, so...
Well, yeah, but like the amount of text conversations where I'm like, yo, engine legs. I like that guy. Like,
engine legs.
But, hand guy.
Shigaraki.
Yeah, Shigaraki. Fuck. Oh, my point was like, when it happened and he first came on, I was like, oh, I kind of understand what he's doing. And then it sort of slipped my brain in season 2. I had a bit of a, 3-month break in between the seasons. And then, towards the end of season 2, they sort of give you his motivations again, and now I'm like, okay, I get it.
See, even me, I mean, what are they on, season 4? Yeah, season 4. I mean, I'm caught up with that, but it's still like Shigaraki's still kind of an enigma.
He definitely is. He's not as clear cut as someone like Stain.
Oh yeah, well definitely because Stain is a shorter arc, so like they don't have all this time to like build Stain. They only have what was it, like a 5-episode span.
Right. I mean,
but like, yeah, and that's another thing that I really like about the show is that they can take these characters like Stain and give you a story instantly, give them your backstory, and it's dope. But then they can also like really stretch a character out, like Shigaraki and All Might too. Like there's a lot about All Might's past that like I don't even know it all.
Yeah, I mean I've gotten little bits, getting to see Gran Torino and
I love Gran Torino.
Whatnot. I liked him. It was hard for me because I saw him and immediately thought, oh, this dude is anime Yoda. And that's the visual that I had in my brain. But also, I was picturing Clint Eastwood from the movie Gran Torino. Which, if they didn't base him off of that movie just visually, I would shit myself.
Dude, he's such a cool little character, though.
I mean, he is. It took me half a second to get what his quirk was. Like, I get that it's, like, jet feet. But for a second, when he's just jumping around the house, bitch slapping Deku around. I'm like, is this dude speed, agility? What is it? But
Yeah. I mean, I like it because it's like the speed, but I think it's a little bit more versatile than Tenya's engine legs.
for sure, or at least he uses it better. Like, you know, sometimes
Yeah.
Tenya will give you a roundhouse with them engine legs, but
Yeah, I don't know. I like Tenya as a character. I feel like his quirk is a little lackluster. I at least like his use of it right now.
I mean, a little bit, yeah. Like, I'm sort of confused with where that boy's at right now, because, like, after Stain fights his brother and whatnot, they make it seem like he's gonna be the Sasuke of My Hero.
Yeah.
My brain stalled out for a second, because I'm like, is talking about Sasuke a spoiler for Naruto? But, like, I feel like if you're watching My Hero, you know what Naruto is.
I feel like
enough.
everybody knows Naruto.
True. Like, I don't know. Maybe if I read it, listen to this back, I'll throw a Naruto spoiler in there just to be like, hey, Sasuke's a dick. But anyway, I feel like they were trying to set him up as, like, the Sasuke of My Hero for a little bit. Where Deku's all like, I wish I'd been a better friend to him. But then, he fights Stain, and Stain, hits him with his, hey, you're using your quirk for revenge.
You're trash,
And,
kid.
yeah. And then it seems like he's chill now, but, like, I don't know if he's gonna, like, flip that around.
I mean, I can't say anything about, anything past season 2.
Right, I mean, you can't, but that's where I'm at in my journey with him.
Yeah, like I said, I like him as a character, but what he provides outside of the classroom, just being the classroom manager, not much in my opinion.
Not really. I mean, I like his costume. I think
Yeah.
that's dope.
Yeah, but I was that guy that was like hoping Stain was gonna kill his brother. I was being that dickhead at that moment in time. I was like, he doesn't deserve it, but I mean, like, pop off, Stain.
I mean, I didn't really get what Stain's motivation was at that point. But then, like, after, in retrospect, I was like, oh, okay, Stain, I can get behind his morals, just not his methods.
Man, yeah, that's like the thing that I love is I love freaking anti-heroes, man.
It's like
they might be like flawed, but like look like the Punisher or Red Hood or something, where like you can't like disagree with their ideas. They're just like a little bit psycho.
yeah, like when he's all like, yeah, you guys aren't heroes, you're just egos with superpowers. I'm like, yeah, I get that. I feel like I imagine we'll get into this in a little bit, and then the podcast will devolve from there. So just bear with me for a moment. I feel like if Stain wasn't batshit crazy and just sat Bakugo down and was like, hey, you gotta check your ego a little bit. You're not doing this for the right reasons. He might be able to get through to that kid.
Man.
This is a thing. We have very, very strong feelings about Bakugo.
You still don't like Bakugo?
I sympathize for him. I get that he has this drive to be number one, like Deku and every Shonen Jump character does. He just has a very unhealthy obsession with it.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't like his attitude.
Man, well,
Like, if he
his attitude is my attitude. We share the same energy, man.
Yes, but, like, I accept it with you. Because you're, like, an actual person, but he's just like, you know what? Everyone is stupid. I'm awesome. And it's like, Deku can judo throw you. Like, you have yet to beat Deku in a fight, but you're like, this fucking
man.
loser.
Oh man, I have to keep my mouth shut.
And I appreciate that. I'll try not to poke the bear too much on this issue.
No, but like, a lot of Bakugo's issues like aren't really his fault. Like if, you've met his parents, right?
I don't think I have. I mean, I've definitely seen him as a kid, but I haven't seen any flashbacks of like him in his house or anything.
Okay, I might be thinking of season 3.
Maybe I almost started that today, but I thought I needed to let season 2 marinate a little bit.
No. There's no marinating. There's just go.
Yeah, but I don't know.
No, I get it because like I was watching it on time, so like I had the year.
Yeah, the year to wait.
The year to wait for the next season.
I feel like I might do it sort of like how I did Naruto going into Shippuden, where like, I mean, I didn't do a 2-year time jump for that. I have now, but like, I feel like where I'm at now, they're going on summer vacation, so I might take like a month. I kind of want to watch Neon Genesis Evangelion, so I might do that and then go back to My Hero.
I mean, that's all well and fine, but yeah.
It's gonna take me longer to watch My Hero than it took you if you take out the breaks.
And people will like hate me who like actually like anime, but like My Hero is the best anime.
I mean,
hands down.
I mean, I say Avatar is the best anime, so I think they'll like you more.
Yeah, even I don't like you a little bit after that.
Yeah, but like it is.
But I mean, I get it.
Like it's made in America, whatever. I don't give a shit. It's an anime. Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where I fall in that debate. All I know is that it doesn't beat My Hero. Like, it's really good, but like, no.
I mean, like I get it. I definitely feel like your energy is My Hero and mine is Avatar, and like they're both good.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm telling you, man, My Hero is just like the perfect mashup for my life. It's everything I need and much more.
It definitely is something to behold. Like I guess, you know, we've sort of got our background. You can tell we didn't have a structure planned for this podcast. You know, we don't have bullet points. We just sort of poured ourselves some beverages and sat down in my hot-ass porch. Like, yeah.
I'm a little chilly. Like, not chilly, I don't know. Like, this half my body is warm because it's where the heater's pointed directly at me.
It's very directional. If you want to switch seats at some point, we can. And it'll just mess up the perception of the microphone of who's...
I feel like Todoroki right now, half hot, half cold.
You've got to embrace your fire side. It's your quirk, not his.
Freaking Endeavor! Let's talk about Endeavor.
Oh, okay. So, first of all, I don't want to come across too harsh, because I think it was a dope-ass name for your fish.
Yeah.
I love that.
I named my fish Endeavor after Endeavor from My Hero.
Yeah, it was like one of those beta fish.
Yeah.
And it was red.
It was red.
It looked all dope. It was the perfect name for that fish. But like, I respect that Endeavor can throw down, but what I hate about him far outweighs what I like about him.
Oh shit, I can't say anything.
I know.
Fuck.
When we do like an episode for season 3 and an episode for season 4, I feel like we'll really be able to get into stuff.
Yeah, but like, okay, so after season 2, my thoughts on Endeavor were, I kind of just like threw out the whole family relationship with Endeavor, like out of my mind, and I just focused on him exploding in Nomu's head with fire, and I was like, okay, that's dope as shit, right?
Oh man.
So
plus like that fire javelin.
Yeah, exactly. He's dope. But like, I was like, okay, this dude is like the number 2 hero. He's dope. He can like instantly kill these Nomu, which I understand the Nomu that was sent for All Might was like stronger, but like Endeavor took care of him in like 3 seconds. All right. And so I was like, Endeavor, my favorite, and I was on that Endeavor train. But now looking back at it and with some like added details, I'm like, I don't know if I can put Endeavor on my favorites list without looking like a cock.
I don't know if you can, but like knowing your Naruto characters that you like, It's not a huge difference in my opinion.
No, you can't even say that.
Ah,
You can't say that until you finish Naruto.
I get. Well, you haven't finished Naruto either. You just know what happens.
It's not my fault.
Stop hanging out with people that give you spoilers.
Man, I need to, because I just got Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood spoiled.
Like the ending?
Like the whole thing.
Oh, that's shit.
Yeah, I did kind of ask for it, but like, I couldn't say no because he was giving me like those puppy dog eyes, like, please let me tell you, and I'm like, I don't know why, like, you need to tell somebody this, but like...
Like, go talk to someone that's seen it.
You're right. I mean, I get, like, it's really, really fun, like, explaining anime plots to people.
Yeah, I mean, I had a major part of Death Note spoiled for me. Like, if you've seen it, you know what part I'm talking about when I say a major part of Death Note got spoiled for me.
I don't know.
I know, I don't know. Like, have you seen any of it, or...
I saw one episode.
One episode, okay.
And then it was like, no.
Mm.
But she was like into it, but she was also like, this is kind of scary.
I can see that. That's definitely on my Mount Rushmore of anime, I'm pretty sure. Although, I will say, My Hero is on my Mount Rushmore of, like, action Shonen Jump anime.
I'll take that.
Because, like, when I give it that caveat, that takes out, you know, Bebop and Death Note and Death Parade.
And Attack on Titan. I don't know if that's on your list, but...
Oh, good point. It's not, but it's right up there. Once I finish it, maybe. But you're right, that's definitely not in the shonen genre. But, like, as far as, like, shonen action anime goes, I think One Piece is the top.
Yeah. No. I can't. I don't know why I disagree
I was
with that.
excited for a second, like, oh shit, he gets it.
I mean, I do, but, like, no.
Well, actually, sorry, scratch that. I'm gonna further
Yeah,
distance
exactly.
us. Naruto top, then
No.
One Piece, then My Hero, then Dragon Ball?
Ooh.
Maybe? You know, and when I say Dragon Ball, I mean like Dragon Ball, Jits, and Super.
You can't... Okay. My problem with Dragon Ball is that you can't, like, watch it and be like, wow, this is super good, unless you're nostalgic for it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can be like, show me Gohan versus Perfect Cell, and I can be like, oh, this is dope. But I can't... I'll probably never buy Dragon Ball Z Season 1 on DVD. You know what I mean?
Or you could be like me and buy all 9.
Yeah, I forgot you did that,
Yeah,
actually.
I did do that.
Like, I can see those DVDs on your shelf, but I forgot that you did that. Did you ever watch all that?
I mean, I've seen all of Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
No, I haven't. I haven't seen the Boo saga. I don't know why I haven't seen that.
That's like the saga that I
In
thought
all
you'd
of my
watch.
years of watching Dragon Ball Z, that's just the one that just has slipped.
And like, Oob is your guy, so...
Well, he's only in like the last episode,
Well, I
the
mean,
tournament episode. But like, yeah,
Still.
yeah, Oob is baller. But like, if we're gonna rank like shonen, like number 1 goes to My Hero, obviously.
Like, I can definitely see where you hit that from.
Number 2 is One Piece.
Yeah? Word?
And that's all you need.
One day, I'll get you to fully appreciate the Naruto.
I mean, I get it. I liked it. It's just, I mean, I do like it. I love the story, and I like some of the characters. And like, no, like the story is really, really, really dope because of like all the circles around. It's really super cool. But man, the filler episodes are kind of, they're hard.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely get that My Hero keeps it in the pocket way more. Although, I will say, I watched an episode of, what's her name? The frog lady.
Asui?
Yeah.
Asua? Asui?
Something like that. Asu something. Sue. I watched an episode dedicated to Sue catching drug dealers, and
I liked that episode.
I thought it was fine, but I'm calling it a filler episode.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I think My Hero filler is much better than Naruto filler.
Probably. Yeah.
In my opinion. Like, I don't know, I just like... I guess I just care for the My Hero world more, where like these filler episodes are actually like interesting to me. and
Yeah.
like I'm definitely like willing to watch it. Where like the Naruto world is like interesting, but like the reason why I watch Naruto is for like a select few characters, I guess.
Like, I'm sort of like the same in reverse, where like I'll watch Naruto, and it's like, oh, fuck yeah, I want to know what Rock Lee or Shikamaru's doing right now. But if you're like, hey, do you want to see a My Hero episode all about engine legs? I'm like, maybe.
You just disrespected the whole
If it's good.
whole community of people.
I know. Listen, I'm learning. Okay, I haven't been in My Hero since the mid 2010s, like some of you folks. I mean, you probably got started in what, like 2017?
Oh, I don't even know when I started watching it. It was like relatively new. I think after I watched season 1, I think I had to wait not a super long time. I think I had to wait until season 2. So like,
Right. And for the record, we're watching this dubbed, so we're just sort of giving a gigantic 2-finger salute to most of the anime community.
yeah, if you
And
have
we do not care.
if you have a problem with someone watching an anime in their native language, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. I know people that like sub, sure, you know, I just don't get it. I feel like I could get into like a 10-minute thing about subs versus dubs, but I also feel like we were going into like what we liked about season 1, and then I brought up a Naruto character that we have different opinions on, and I just totally threw our train off the tracks.
Yeah, I think I was saying something about Bakugo.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about like how we have differing opinions on him.
Yeah, listen. Oh, yeah, I completely didn't even get to finish that thought.
No,
but,
you
like,
didn't. I'm good.
Yeah, what was it? What was he even saying? Okay, so like Bakugo, right? I'm not even gonna say he's the greatest character. He's one of the best characters in that show. He's one of my favorites. He's probably not even my favorite, but he's one of them. Probably top 5, easily top 5. It's not even his fault that he has the ego, though. It's his parents, it's his teacher, it's the young kids and his friends around him that are like, "Whoa, wow, you're super dope. You can't do any wrong."
Yeah, I mean, Todoroki's home life is also shit. You don't
I mean, that
see
wasn't,
him
like-
being a little cock pocket around Deku.
I mean, no, but if you're like a little kid, right, and like someone's like stroking your ego, you're gonna be like, okay.
I mean, this is true. My thing... Well, okay, I'm gonna make this point because it's cathartic, and then I'm gonna give it a caveat because of something that I saw last night. I finished season 2, like the last 4 episodes last night. The whole 2 seasons, I'm like, how many times is this dude gonna have to get spanked into a state of humility before he actually gets humble? You know, like when Deku, who hit him with that sick-ass shoulder throw and then, you know, kind of fought him to a stalemate. I was like, yeah, alright, maybe he'll learn from that. And then when Todoroki refused to go hard with him at the sports festival, I'm like, maybe he'll learn from that. And I was getting pretty friggin' ripped with this kid. And then final exams in season 2 where him and Deku are fighting All Might. Loved that. I like it when they can kind of work together. But like when All Might, you know, basically just grabs him by the face and slams him into the ground, and he's like, "Listen, kid, calm down." And he doesn't say it out loud, but he has that internal monologue where he's like, "I can't match this dude's power. This dude is power." I'm like, okay, you do have humility possible in your brain, and I appreciate that.
But he doesn't choose to face that. Like, he just chooses to, he's like, okay, if you're more powerful than me, I need to be better, and I will be better, period.
I mean, I feel like he didn't quite go for the "I'm gonna be better." He went for the "I am going to physically destroy my body because if I can't be the best, I can't be anything." And then Deku saved him because he's a good person.
Yeah, I mean, that's just his mindset. He's like, it's all or nothing. Like, if I if I can't be as powerful, like, I don't know, I think Bakugo had, like, the mindset where, like, he couldn't visualize himself being that powerful.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if he thinks that he could in the future, but, like, I don't know, he just sees himself now, and he's like, okay, it's like you're sitting on the bus, right?
Yeah.
You're in first grade.
Alright.
You're sitting there, and this fourth grader walks onto the bus, starts doing their homework. You look over on the paper, and they're doing division, right? And you're like, what in the fuck are you doing? And they're like, yo, it's division. And they're just doing it out on a piece of paper, you know? And you're like, there's no way in hell I am going to be able to do this in my time of schooling. Like, I should quit math instantly.
But he doesn't quit
No,
math.
he doesn't.
He sets his notebook on fire and eats it, and then like tries to shove the pencil up his ass because he just can't handle not being the best. He can't accept that he's not hot shit all the time.
And that makes
irritates
him
me.
great.
It makes him flawed and compelling, but it makes me want someone to kick his nuts out his asshole.
Him and I are so similar. I really want him to succeed. And actually, it makes me upset when at the beginning of My Hero, they're like, this is a story about how Deku becomes the world #1 hero. And I'm like, you don't deserve to be the world #1 hero. Bakugo deserves to be the world #1 hero because he is straight up power and he is willing to do anything
Well, see,
to make it there. Maybe Bakugo is my favorite. I don't know.
I feel like Bakugo deserves to be the most powerful character out of that generation, but he straight up can't call himself the world's greatest hero when he's like, I just want to be able to ego fuck everybody, and Deku's like, I want to help people and make them feel safe.
So you're going with a Stain logic.
Yes, I'm going with the Stain
You're going
logic.
with a Stain, he's not a true hero. I mean, yeah, I get that.
Like, because, like, he's not a true hero. He just has a lot of dedication, and he's determined to be a badass, but Deku is determined to be a hero, and I respect that a lot more.
I think Bakugo has more of a hero in him than what it seems.
I mean, I think he does too. Like, he clearly, like, I know they kind of address this in Season 1, but, like, it's not like he's actively trying to kill Deku. Like, he will say, I'm gonna kill you. And but he'll also say, like, this won't kill you if you dodge it. And you know that he kinda wants him to dodge it, but also he wants to, like, catch just the edge of it, so he fucks him over. But, like, he wants to be better than everybody. But I feel like, you know, maybe he'll help people and receive, like, an ego hand job when he does it. But I want to see him want to help people for the reasons that Deku wants to help people.
And that's the thing. Oh, that's the thing I love about Bakugo is that he's not Deku, and like they both have the same goals and the same admiration, and like, you know, they're the same person. They just completely go at it different ways.
It's kind of like how Stain and Hand Dude just get Shigaraki, get used to it, people. It's sort of like how they have the same goals, but Shigaraki is like, yeah, the world sucks and I'm angry, and Stain is like, there is the possibility for people to be good people, but most of them aren't doing it correctly, and I'd like to highlight that.
Dude, and that's the thing I love about Stain too, is like, yeah, he was like, we have the same goals and we'll help each other out, but like, if you like do anything, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, and like, I'm pretty sure he can. Like,
at that moment, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
where he's in the headquarters of the villains. Yeah, I think.
Oh yeah.
I think he could have.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, when they first started butting heads, I didn't want Stain to be the alpha between those two because, like, I was really into Shigaraki for. I feel like I put some consonant in his name that didn't need to be there.
No, I think you got it.
There's a G in that?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I wanted Hand Dude to be dominant when they first met, because I really liked him in Season 1. I thought he was dope. But, like, as soon as I started to get acquainted with Stain, I'm like, yeah, I kind of want you to just stab him through his stupid hand face.
And, like, no, I actually like that Stain was just like, no, calm down, I will kill you. But I don't know, I struggled to say that Stain could have. I struggle with Stain's power level, for one, because, like, he's killing all these heroes, right? And he seems really powerful and dope, but then he gets beaten by Deku, and, I mean, Tenya was useless doing all that, and Todoroki.
Yeah.
And, like, okay, it's like, okay, you got beat by a bunch of high schoolers.
I mean, I don't feel like he's necessarily all that powerful. I just feel like he's skilled. You know,
Yeah.
like, you don't have to have all for one or one for all level strength to be able to cut somebody. You know, like, although,
This is true.
like, I do assume that his blades are, like, pretty friggin', like, sharp and dense, because I feel like I saw him cut, Ice fella.
Todoroki?
Yeah, I feel like I saw him cut one of Todoroki's ice attacks.
Oh,
So
probably.
that's canon in my brain. Is that his weapons are kind of strong, even though they are beat to shit.
Oh, yeah, I think they're definitely sharp. I mean,
Like, I feel like if him and Deku just decided to throw hands, it wouldn't be much of a contest. But
I mean, yeah, if you're talking about, like, just, like, you know, not in the show without straight up plot armor, yeah.
yeah. But, like, I feel like he has that fighting skill where, like, he knows, like, I feel like he's aware of his limits and knows how to just fight with his strength.
Yeah, he is a little bit of a bitch, you know, fighting in the shadows most of the time, but, like, he knows what to do and how to do it right.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's the hero killer, not the hero prize fighter. He's just gonna fucking stab you in the chest and
Lick it.
and lick it.
Yeah.
I wonder, though, like, you know, I do, like, I talk up Stain because I get his theory behind him, but, like, as far as, like, the actual dude, I feel like sometimes, you know, if he's gonna be that good with his knives, he could probably just, you know, stab him in the heart or cut their throat without having to lick it and paralyze them. Like, I feel like he
Yeah.
might like that a little too much. Not that I have anything against, like, people with blood play kinks or anything. I'm just saying, I think he's not as efficient as he could be.
Yeah, but then, like...
Like, he fucking straight up stabs that... What are they called? The Nobus?
No moves.
Nomus?
Yeah.
He took that out real quick. And I feel like if he really wanted to, he could have done that with Tenya.
Oh, yeah. I feel like, yeah.
But he had to, like...
likes to play with his food a little bit.
I do get that he monologued and was like, hey, you're not a hero, deal with that. Like, he wouldn't be Stain if he didn't do that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's a lot different than, like, you know, your stereotypical supervillain. Like, here is my plan now that I have captured you, and to give you time to get away. I think Stain, like, legitimately wanted him to know, be like, I'm killing your brother and you because, you're trash, kid.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, I feel like it's for, like, the same reason, like, I legit believe he didn't want to kill Deku.
Oh, yeah, I don't think he wanted to kill Deku at all.
I don't feel like he wanted to kill Todoroki either.
I think he would have.
Yeah, I mean...
Pretty easily. But I think just because Todoroki, A, came to Deku's rescue, and he was associated with Deku, I don't think Stain really wanted to be a part of that whole shebang. I think he just kind of wanted to kill Tenya and kill his brother and get out of there.
Yeah.
Like, he would have been fine if he got those two, and bada bing, bada boom.
For sure. So... I don't know. Like, if you had to pick, like, a hand... Oh, good talk. I really should have made bullet points for this, but we were kind of out doing other stuff before this. I didn't plan this out. But, like, if you were to give me, like, your Mount Rushmore of characters...
My top 4 characters?
Yeah, or a top 5. I heard someone say, what's your Mount Rushmore of something, and now I use that instead of top 5.
I mean, I get it. From season 1 and 2?
Yeah. Can't be throwing out names that I don't know.
From season 1 and 2, this is in, like, no particular order, because I can't...
Oh, yeah.
I can't order them right now, but...
No, don't rank him on the spot.
Shinzo was really dope.
Refresh me.
Brainwashed during the tournament.
Oh,
the general
yeah.
education class.
Yeah.
And it's like, how in the fuck? This dude knows what he's doing, right? And so he didn't even try the test. But, like, if he did do the test, like, to get into UA, like, the hero program, you can't tell me that Mineta would get in and Shinzo wouldn't.
We have to finish your character list before I rage on Mineta. I had to take 45 minutes. Like, it was 1:30 a.m. and I had to take, like, 45 minutes last night before I could keep watching My Hero because that little shit stain made me so mad.
Yeah, he angers a lot of people, but, like, at this point I've learned to, like, ignore it.
But, I think Mr. Izawa was talking about, like, how I always want to call him Hinata.
Who?
The Mineta dude. I always call him Hinata because purple and that dude. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm with you.
I feel like Mr. Izawa was talking during Shinzo's fight about how he kind of illustrates, like, the flaw in the UA entrance exam. Because, you can't get a robot to talk to you and then brainwash it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, obviously Shinzo knew that.
Right.
And he was like, I'm just going to go to the general education course.
Yeah. But anyway, your other ones?
Oh, yeah. At this point in, like, season 2, Stain was definitely on my top 4.
Okay.
I love anti-heroes, and... Yeah, I mean, I didn't disagree with his philosophy.
Yeah, there's a difference between his philosophy and his methods of execution.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I didn't fully disagree with those either, no, just kidding.
Right, I mean, I'm just saying, fucking... And... Fuck. His brother's superhero name.
You're pushing my memory right now.
Okay. We'll breeze past that one for now. My point wouldn't have been worth it.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. Let's see.
It's an I, and it sounds like engine, but I don't know.
I know what it is too, but
I imagine somewhere someone who's like super, super into My Hero Academia, like read it, watched it, blogs about it, knows more than we do, is incredibly frustrated right now.
And I'm trying. Typically I'm pretty on top of names and characters in My Hero.
I'm still gonna call him Hand Dude at some point.
So yeah, we have Shinzo and Stain. Third, Bakugo. I mean, not third, but I love Bakugo.
Yeah.
I'll defend him until the day I die.
I'll make sure you do.
I'll defend my boy. And then from season 2, or season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Izawa.
There we go. Man after my own heart. So, my 4. I don't have firm rankings, but number 1 is Mr. Izawa. I brought this up, earlier when I was initially watching the show, but when Izawa in season 1 decided to throw down with all those nameless dudes, I was hype as fuck. That scene where Child Deku is watching the All Might video and he's head banging at his computer, that was me. Izawa is definitely my favorite. I will allow if he didn't look so damn cool, he might not be. You know, like, I like his quirk and I like his attitude for the most part. But, like, he also looks really friggin' cool.
Yeah, I think he's a good bundle of, you know, his personality aesthetic, like, fits all in his quirk.
Oh, yeah, he is. I am a sucker for people who can rock black and, like, their superpowers aren't super intense strength intensityness.
Yeah.
Like, they exist outside the realm of might and willpower.
Yeah.
That's my thing. So, he's number one. The other three, in no particular order, would probably be Todoroki. Stain, of course. And then I almost want to say All Might. Not as much because of, like, All Might himself, but just because I like the archetype of, like, the untouchable god character secretly being a mortal man. I like that. Like, as a Superman allegory, love that. As, like, him himself, sometimes his personality is a little much for me.
Yeah, I like him. He's funny, though.
He definitely has the best comedic lines for me. But, like, also, I straight up don't hate Deku anymore. Like, Season 2, Deku rocketed up my rankings list.
I think he'll keep going up as you watch it, but, like...
Probably will.
I mean, I don't hate Deku either, but I don't watch it for Deku. But, like, I cheer for Deku whenever he does something.
I get that. Like, I don't have a singular character that I watch it for. I like it. It's like, I watch it as kind of like this is a new generation of Naruto that knows how to keep it in the pocket, and I like that.
Yeah, it definitely has, like, the same kind of, like, feeling as Naruto in a way. I mean, obviously with, like, the tournaments and, like, the training arcs and stuff.
Oh yeah, and like when I first started watching the show, I wanted to like it, but also I was a little bit defensive because it's like the new hot shit shonen action show, and I'm a little salty that Naruto's not the popular kid in school anymore. And when I was watching it, I would, like, make comparisons to, like, who this character is in Naruto. Like, when Todoroki showed up, I'm like, okay, I called him not Gaara for the longest time.
Not Gaara.
Or, like, you know, Deku basically being Rock Lee. You know, doesn't have any powers naturally occurring. His powers are basically concussive force, and he wears a lot of green.
This is true. I didn't even think about that.
And, like... you know, I... Keep in mind what... I was gonna say the, you know, telepathic lady is kinda like Sakura, but not as much now that I think about it. Like, she has the slightly, you know, like, kinda bright personality, but she's not a raging bitch all the time.
Shouldn't bite people and get punched in the head.
Yeah, well, punching other people in the head. And she's not useless.
Yeah, I like Uraraka. She's really... I like her powers.
Yeah, I do like that, like, she has to touch stuff before she can control it. Because, like, telepathic powers can easily be overpowered or underutilized.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
And
like,
hers is
sometimes
neither.
it's like... Alright, you have this telepathic power, but, like, you're not doing anything with it. Like, to make it not OP, right? But, like... It's just frustrating to see both.
Yeah, it's like how the Force, you can be way overpowered with that, but they don't, because it needs to be a good film, you know?
Yeah.
But her limitations make it so much better. Like, the fight with Bakugo, I was all in her corner for, like, learning how to, like, understand what he does and use the rocks and whatnot. That was dope.
Yeah, that was really cool. And like I don't know. In my opinion, I think the tournament played out like absolutely perfectly. Where Deku won, and you're like, okay, of course Deku won, right?
Like that first,
That
like
first
the race.
Yeah, well, like, and it won his first round of the tournament, too.
Oh yeah, where he beat Shinzo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
like you couldn't have him lose to Shinzo.
Right,
It wouldn't-
yeah.
It wouldn't
So, like,
work.
that made sense. And then you keep progressing throughout the tournament, and then you had the fight between Uraraka and Bakugo, and you're like, oh, manslaughter alert.
Yeah.
Here we go. And then, that was development for Uraraka, where, like, she didn't really need Deku's book or whatever to learn Bakugo's, like, quote-unquote secrets. And then, like, she figured out how to make her quirk more powerful than what it was, like, all on her own, and that was, like, really important for her. But I also think it's super important that Bakugo didn't lose that fight.
Oh yeah,
Just
for
like
sure.
think if Bakugo lost that because of that, like yeah, cool, Uraraka figured herself out, but like that was not the time for Bakugo to lose.
Oh yeah, no, the tournament, or I say the tournament. I almost called it the Chunin exams, but I'm like, no, that's not right.
Yeah, they're all tuning now.
Yeah, they reached Chunin, but like, yeah, it was all kind of another similarity in the Chunin exams where, like, we all know that, like, the real winner of that was Todoroki, but, like, he didn't win. Kind of like how Shikamaru was, like, gonna win his fight, but he's like, nah.
Oh man, that's not the direction I thought you were gonna take with that.
Oh, what direction?
I thought you were gonna compare it with the Rock Lee and Gaara fight.
Oh, well.
Like, you're like, wow, Rock Lee's a badass, but like he doesn't win because like Gaara's too much.
Yeah, I mean, that they did basically have the Rock Lee Gaara fight in this.
Yeah. But like,
I mean, Deku does get a little more points for that because, you know, it's not like All Might jumped in and saved him like
right.
Guy Sensei did, but
Right.
damn it, I'm gonna have to put a Naruto spoiler on this bitch too. I'm just gonna record that and put it at the beginning for our intro. But
and then like progressing through the tournament, lost my train of thought there. Like, what happens next? Oh, then you have Deku and Todoroki fight,
yeah.
and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, what's this broken plot armor? Deku doesn't win.
I know, that made me pretty, like, you know, obviously I'm cheering for Deku. He's got that protagonist energy. And just because I like Todoroki more doesn't mean I necessarily wanted him to win. But
Yeah.
I got it. Part of me, like, there was like the part that makes me feel like a kid watching a grand adventure unfold where I'm like, Deku's gonna win. And then there's the part of me that wants to be a scriptwriter that's like, there's no way they're gonna let him and Bakugo fight it out in season 2 like this. So someone's gotta lose, and Bakugo won. So
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was like really good that you got to see Deku. You got to see Deku lose, and you got to see Todoroki progress, and then you have the Todoroki and Bakugo fight. And I think it's like this, in my opinion, is the most important fight of the whole tournament. Obviously, it's because it's the final one. But,
oh, for sure. But, like, also, before we get into that one, because I got a lot to say.
Oh, jeez.
Like, I'd like to give Deku bonus points for finally... for finally learning that he doesn't... I mean, he doesn't necessarily learn it right then, but that's the fight where he goes, oh, I probably should learn how to fight without destroying my body.
Deku? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that was the last time Deku just masochist his way through a fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope Bakugo learns that lesson soon. But speaking of him, what were you going to say about the fight?
Oh, it's, the last fight I just thought was like the most important. Well, the Deku fight, like you said, was like super important for him.
Yeah, like,
and he was like learning new strategies, and I think it was super important for him to for him to lose,
Yeah.
obviously. But
I think my favorite part of that fight, like, see, here's the thing. Deku versus Todoroki is probably my favorite part of the show.
wow.
Because, like, he had his true Naruto moment. I'm gonna compare him. Y'all can just suck it if you don't like it, okay? I'm gonna compare him to Naruto right now. He has his moment where, you know, he's balls deep in this fight, and he doesn't necessarily want to just win. He has to, like, make the other person a better human being while he's fighting them. Because he has to say, you know, you need to use your fire quirk. It's not your dad's, it's yours.
Yeah.
And that's like the best part of the show for me, probably.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
I just had to get that out. I knew if I didn't if I watched back this audio and didn't mention my favorite part of the show, I'd be pissed. Now let's get into Todoroki.
So you would say that's like the most important fight of the tournament?
Oh yeah, of the show.
Of the show.
Of the show.
Dang. Well, okay, I'm going to
Of
disagree
the first
with
two
you.
seasons.
I'm going to disagree with you.
Okay.
Well, yes, I definitely can see that. But me being a Bakugo person,
And I definitely see a case for this fight, but I don't know if it's for the reasons you want me to think.
probably not. But I see it as it's the most important fight for Bakugo to win because I think it shows you the Bakugo way, right? Where I personally, I think Todoroki tried as hard as he could without his fire.
Right. But that's like saying, you know, All Might tried as hard as he could with the weights and the knowledge that he didn't want to actually hurt them.
Right. So that's why Bakugo is pissed.
Yeah. And that was cathartic on a level I cannot express.
I think that's like insanely good, and I think it's actually like a perfect way to end the tournament, where like you see Bakugo's drive to be better because, you know, you take any other person, they're like, yay, I won, but like he sees that Todoroki isn't fully seeing him, and I think Bakugo sees it as Todoroki's not seeing him as on the same level, because I don't think he sees Todoroki struggle with using his fire powers. All Bakugo sees is, this dude doesn't see me as an equal.
Right.
Why the fuck aren't you seeing me as an equal?
But he also, like, Todoroki really gave him the two-finger salute on this one, because not only is he saying, I'm better than you, because I'm only going to use half my powers, but he's also saying, Deku's better than you, because I used all my powers with him. So...
See, I don't even think that's what Todoroki's going through,
I don't think that's what Todoroki meant, but I think that's what Bakugo felt.
Yeah, I think that's how Bakugo felt, but like Todoroki was just like, he's still struggling with his dad of who he is.
Oh yeah, but like if Todoroki cared about the people's admiration of winning the sports festival, he would have kicked Bakugo's ass.
I don't think so.
I
don't think he could.
I think you missed some of the fight.
No way, Jose. Man.
Homeboy he was straight up gonna fuck that dude with an ice pillar if he wanted to.
And I mean, like, what was a fire gonna add to that, right? It was all like, it's still Todoroki's skill.
It is, but it's also like half his body that he can utilize. You know, people have figured out how to play Todoroki based on just his ice side, because he limits like his attack patterns. But if he's just using, you know, both limbs, it's like, well, he can hit you from way more angles. I feel like his fire attacks are quicker than his ice ones.
Probably. But man, I also think it's also really cool because, like, you look back at the first season with like the you know, the stamina test and like the written tests and all that kind of stuff in season 1, and you would see that Momo and Todoroki are constantly above Bakugo. And
Yep.
so, like, there's always those two ahead of him. So, like, this was his chance to show Bakugo, this was Bakugo's chance to show himself that he belongs at the top. And then
Indeed.
Todoroki's like, nah, I'm not going to use all my powers. Not because it's like a fuck you, but it's like, I'm struggling with my own thing over here, and I don't really care about what's going on right now.
Yeah.
And Bakugo just, like, hates that, and I love his, like, drive and his attitude towards winning the tournament, and I think it's hilarious, and I think it's great for Bakugo as a character. And I think it's great that the viewer gets to see Bakugo be that way, because I'm sure you're like, why is he angry about winning the tournament? It's because, like, I don't think Bakugo doesn't care about the tournament either.
No,
clearly.
He just cares about being the cock of the walk.
No. He cares about being the best, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah, and like that's also why I love him winning this tournament, even though I want people to like kick his ass so hard he tastes their shoelaces every time I see his stupid face. But like I love that he won because his win didn't mean anything. I mean, it meant he was better than like 41 people.
But like if he wanted to be a cock, man, like he could be like, I won the tournament. But
Yeah.
he doesn't give a shit.
No, he doesn't, because, like, as much as he wants to be badass and perceived as badass, he does understand that he's not. And I like that.
No way, Jose.
Like, he thinks he's badass, but he understands Todoroki is the people's champ of that tournament. But, like, I don't know, I love the fact that, like, even though he won, he lost just because, like, the writers basically just wanted to bitch slap him off the mountaintop that is his ego.
But he ain't falling off that mountain.
No, but he definitely wasn't, feeling too confident. He's still like...
I mean, Todoroki is a person he's been struggling with since season 1, where he's like, man, because he was watching them do the part of the training where they have to go into the building and be a bad guy versus a good guy, and he's just like, man, at the end of that, he's like, I don't know if I can beat these people, and then it was showing, like, Todoroki, at the time, so, like, he's obviously talking about Todoroki and, like, Momo, who bested him during the rest of the exams. He's like, I don't know if I can beat these people.
Yeah, and I love that. My problem is he doesn't act like he knows that.
But you know that he does. He's like...
It's like, the fact that he'll say it, either internally or, like, once, when he's, like, he'll say it, and then he'll insult Deku and pretend he didn't say it. Like, he'll be like, yeah, I don't know if I can beat Todoroki, or yeah, All Might is pure power. But then he's still, as soon as that, like, instant moment of weakness is gone, he's like, guess what? I'm gonna fucking kill All Might in this test. I'm gonna toy with him and then knock him out in the last second.
Well, I think that's what drives him, is, like, he has to have that thought, he has to have that mindset, and that's what pushes him to go even further. I mean, just, like, he has so many, like, expectations of, like, the people around him of, like, being the best, that, like, he doesn't want to fail these people of being the best.
Yeah.
Like, he was told that his, like, whole life.
And I get that to a degree. I mean, I haven't gotten the flashbacks of his home life. But it's like those moments where he acknowledges he's not, he can't just stomp Todoroki. It kind of declaws his whole personality.
I mean, who doesn't struggle with self-doubt?
Well, yeah. But also...
You want to talk about, like, whiny-ass Deku?
Yeah.
I don't know
and he
if I
goes
can do
in there
it.
and he's like, man, Todoroki's really trying hard. I want to make him a better person when we fight. He's not like, oh, fuck this nerd.
I mean, I don't know. It drives Bakugo, and it drives me as a person. I see the life pretty much like the same way. Like, if I can't be the best at what I'm trying to be at, then why do it?
I mean, like, I don't know. This is what I feel like. This is the airbender versus firebender mentality here. I'm just like, look, like, there's like Bakugo could be the best, most powerful person ever, but like a fucking meteor could come out of the sky and like wipe out him and the entire city he lives in. You know, like he's never gonna be powerful compared to everything. It's just like, oh, maybe you'll be powerful compared to, you know, the people in your little pond you're swimming in. But like, Deku wants power to help people versus like power for power's sake.
Yeah.
Like, his power has a purpose. Deku just wants to, like, roll around, or Bakugo just wants to, like, roll around in his own badassery and, like, jerk himself off by fighting people.
No comment.
Alright. Speaking of which, we're, like, an hour deep into this. Definitely want to keep going. Not sure how much space my laptop has. But I had a problem with Season 2, and I wanted to know if you had this problem.
No.
Probably not, but I feel like Season 2 peaked halfway through at the sports festival. Like, I loved it. Maybe it's because, you know, Deku Todoroki is my favorite part of the show. Like, the sports festival was friggin' lit. I was too when I was watching it. I was like, yes, I love this. But, you know, when that ended, I liked them going out on their internships. I liked, you know, getting acquainted with Stain. I liked the final exams. But, like, Deku and Bakugo teaming up to fight All Might should have been the climax of that season. It was framed as the climax. It was the second to last episode. But the whole time, it didn't bring me to those highs that the sports festival did. And I was kind of ripped about that.
I hate to tell you this, but I think that's just the structure of My Hero.
Where, like, the middle of the season, it sort of hits that bell curve.
Yeah, and then it takes you down on a low to, like, calm you down for, like, most of it.
And I mean, I'm fine with chilling on My Hero. I just didn't expect to be riding high and then chill, relatively speaking, for the rest of the season.
I don't exactly remember everything that happened in Season 3, but I'm pretty sure it'll take you on that same kind of coaster, where, like, you know, it's fun, yay, and then, like, you get into, like, an arc, and then it comes down a little bit. And it might take, like, a little bit of a, you know, because, like, I'm not going to say Deku and Bakugo versus All Might was, like, boring or anything.
Oh,
so
no,
you definitely get, like,
wasn't.
a little bit of an up, but, like, you're definitely not going to get that full up. And I think that's just, like, the structure of My Hero seasons, because I know definitely Season 4 goes to a fucking pinpoint, and then it comes down. I'm trying to remember what else happened in Season 4. At the end of Season 4, the last episode, I'll tell you, it goes up again, but, yeah, I think that's just the structure of what they do.
Interesting. Well, sweet. I know we're probably going to talk about My Hero after I stop recording this. And, like, if I knew how much of this I could record, I would just, like, keep on keeping on. But, like, also I want to make sure I have space to edit this, put it out. And whether we do it, like, next time you hang out or whatever, definitely I want to do One Piece next.
Yeah. But the moral of the story is that Bakugo is number one.
I think the moral of the story is that Bakugo thinks he's number one, but he has a very, very narrow vision of what number one is.
That's just not true.
I mean, if it wasn't true, then he would have beat All Might and Todoroki. And
He
the
has a
sludge
skill-
monster.
He's like 14. He has a skill cap right now.
Yeah, he needs to act like it.
No, he
needs
does
to
not.
say, hey, I have vulnerability. And
Also-
that will make him a better person.
Also, if you're a fan of Shigaraki, I noticed he was not in your top 4. But he was during Season 1. you'll have some fun in the future.
Good. Like, I will say, a lot of... Like, I liked him a lot when he first showed up, but, like, there were different factors, and those factors have cooled off. Like, one, I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was kind of hot when he first came on. I don't know why. But, like, his body looked like what I imagine corpse looks like. Plus, I was riding the high of Mr. Izawa. So when they came up, I'm like, this dude's awesome too, because he's on the screen at the same time as Mr. Izawa. Plus, I like his power, because it's another strength and determination need not apply type of quirk.
Yep.
So, like, those three factors had him high up on my list.
Yeah.
But those have sort of cooled down in Season 2.
Well, you might get some hype later.
Alright, I am looking forward to that hype. So, episode 1. I really hope you watched this one first and not episode 0.5 where it's just me. I mean, for starters, like, I was talking about an episode of a show that I have yet to go back to. And, I mean, I thought the Avatar part was pretty good, but I didn't articulate what I was talking about that much. Hopefully this was your first impression. I don't know, any final thoughts?
Besides that My Hero is dope, and you should watch it immediately if you haven't already, and it's okay if it's not your favorite, but, like, if it's not your favorite, that's not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. So, hopefully, you know, like, I feel like most of the time we're going to talk about TV on here. Probably animated television, more specifically.
Probably. I don't really do a lot of live action.
I know, but, like, you know, in case you didn't get my spiel in the previous one, you know, mostly we're going to talk about TV, probably anime. Sometimes, if I can get this one to watch a movie, we'll talk about that.
Has to be animated.
Or if he gets me to play a game, we might talk about that.
That's gonna be tough.
It is gonna be tough, but we'll find some good 2D stuff where I don't need to do bong hits of Dramamine to fucking stay conscious. But shit, I had a point. Oh yeah, just it's not gonna be all anime, mostly, but we'll have other stuff. Do you want to give the folks listening at home a quick music recommendation before we sign off?
Music recommendation?
Get this a little well-rounded in forms of entertainment media.
You're gonna have to go first. I'm gonna have to think.
Alright, I don't know, this is hard for me because I'm not up to date with what the kids are listening to. Like, I heard Stairway to Heaven for the first time last year, so I want to get you to listen to that. But if we're talking about new stuff, there's a song that I found in a lo-fi hip-hop compilation called Encounter with a Mech Patrol Unit. That is chillness personified, and you need to listen to that right now. It's by a group or person, I don't know how lo-fi works, called... I almost want to say it's like Ibrahim or something. I didn't have it written down. I kind of threw the music thing out in a moment where I wasn't prepped. And now I'm just stalling so that you can have a pick.
Oh, well, yeah, so the last thing I searched for that I listened to is what I'm going to recommend right now.
Alright, good. Is that what we were listening to in the car?
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
It's Unlearned by Benny Blanco. I actually don't know how to pronounce it. Featuring Gracie Abrams. Yeah, it's that, and it's really nice, dope song. So listen to it. All right, well, word. So thanks for listening to the Screen Time podcast. Yeah, auf Wiedersehen.
I'm the real deal, but these guys will be lucky to end up as sidekicks to some busted D-lister.
You sound like my nephew. Always thinking you need to do things on your own without anyone's support. There is nothing wrong with letting people who love you help you.
What did you say? I'll kick your ass!